The new dungeon weekly event is here, and it can make you a bit good amount of gold. But how much? Is it worth doing? You getting new skins for it? Let's talk about it. Subscribe to the channel for more content this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support me, and let's get into it. So we can see here the new event is here, Dungeon Rush. It lasts 6 days, and it essentially makes you, I already did it. Essentially it tells you to do different dungeons. You can also do dragon response missions for one of these achievements, and the rest is just one path or story mode out of every one of these dungeons. Now, big important part here, each of these ones will give you what is this, 3 caches of the Tales of Dungeon Delving, which is 30 Tales of Dungeon Delving, not that much actually, and you can do this, yeah, you know, you'll get 8, well, I guess 9 of these achievements, you'll get like around 270 from those. Then if you do the whole of the Dungeon Rush Champion thingy, right, the achievement, it'll give you around 500 more. Overall, I did the entire thing and I got around 1800 dungeon delving currencies. Now, does it give you anything else? Not really. No, it doesn't. If you could talk here to Camilla, you know, she'll essentially introduce you into the event, and if you want any special items, the only one you're actually gonna get is the Expedition Cape, which was available last year. It's a cool cape, it looks beautiful, but that's about it. You're gonna get the same one. That being said, is it worth doing for the 1800? The 1800 Tales of Dungeon Delving? It depends. It'll take you around 2 hours, I think, more or less, to do all this thing if you're doing the explorable modes, which do give you a good amount of gold. As you can see here right now, I'm gonna go into the screenshots that I took. You're gonna see that I actually made around 30 gold per hour. It took me a bit of time to actually make this photo, so it became the gold per hour is actually kind of bad here, but it actually gave me around 30 gold per hour. If it took me 2 hours to do the entire thing. So it was actually pretty okay gold, not bad at all, and I'm sure that you can definitely do it faster, as I was doing only with pugs. You can maybe have better damage, you know, have better strategies, have a super speed, have stealth to skip certain mobs, and you can maybe make better gold out of this. But if not, it's still pretty good. So if you enjoy this kind of content, I would definitely recommend it. It's good gold. And I was doing this gold and I was definitely not prepared at all. We just blasted with some random gamers and we made it very fast and we had fun, right? That being said, it's not the best thing ever, right? Like, you can do other types of content and get more or less the same amount of gold. And if you just want to get the currencies from the achievement, you can just go in there and do the story modes by yourself or with other people and just blast them super easy and super fast. Now, it is very important to note that you don't actually need to do each of these dungeons. You can repeat the same ones over and over again, and you will get the this Dungeon Rush Champion achievement as well. As long as you do 10 overall, you'll be good. You can do the same thing, I'm guessing. Yeah, the same thing with dragon response missions if you like those, or if you're working on some achievements. So definitely go for what you want. I personally skipped the Ruined City of Ara because that one takes a long time to do in any of the paths. Now, it does kind of disappoint me that we didn't get a new type of skin. That definitely sucks, but overall it's not a bad system. It's not a bad event, I guess. I would probably have liked if we would have gotten more of the actual currencies, because honestly the amount 1800 by doing 2 hours of this content, like, it just didn't seem like it was that much of the currency. I don't really see the reasoning behind it. It's not like this can be like insanely abused. Like, we're gonna actually see right now which things you can actually get from these currencies, but it's just not. I don't know why you wouldn't just give us a lot of them so people can actually be super excited about this event. Also, another important thing is that you can actually get 150 Astral Claim from doing this whole achievement, which is obviously a good amount of gold, right? So something definitely to consider if you want to do this event or not. Now, what can you do with this beautiful currencies? You can get a good amount of stuff. Well, obviously the armor pieces, exotic pieces that have very cool armor, right? Very cool sets. If you haven't gotten them already, you of course will need this Tales of Dungeon Delving in order to make certain legendaries as well, to get gifts of, for example, Ascalon or certain runes as well. I don't know why they're not here. Shouldn't it be there? Oh, I think it's in the weapon, right? If you go into the weapons. you'll be able to see that, yeah, there you go. Gift of Ascalon, for example, Offering of Ascalon. All these things sometimes are needed for, indeed, a certain legendaries, so it's definitely important. The weapons look beautiful as well, right? But yeah, you can check those out. You can get the cape, of course, for the event, whatever. But you can also transform this into gold. Now, there's a few ways of doing it. The only things that I would actually recommend you to do is, honestly, the ectoplasms. You get around 1 silver per prophet. Actually, let's get this one. You shouldn't be using the Black Lion salvage kit for this. You get around 1 silver per token if you transform it in glove ectoplasms, and I'll tell you how to do it very soon. But honestly, everything else, it's not really worth it. Everything else is worse. This ones have to be sold in the action shops. Not really worth it. And of course, also, you can indeed go for this very, very high end weapons that you can see here. They look very nice. Or these recipes, of course, as you can see, the Azure, or these weapons, right? Or these recipes here, but they're really not worth it. They never sell. You have to put a lot of gold into it to actually get some gold out of it, and they sell so slowly. So no, I would not recommend it. Just grab your glove of ectoplasms if you really want to. And the way that you do this, and definitely not fuck this up, because I fucked it up. You go to the dungeon armor one here, armor pieces, and you go to any level 80 dungeon, like Citadel of Flame, Crystal of Eternity, of Aura. I think Honor of the Waves is level. No, the Honor of the Waves is fine as well. And you buy these specific items here. The hood, anything that is worth 30 dungeon, Tales of Dungeon Delving. I'm pretty sure it's just the hood, all the gloves as well. Honestly, it doesn't matter, right? Just get the hoods and just buy all of them, and then you salvage them with your rare Salvage-O-Matic or your silver-fed Salvage-O-Matic, and you'll get ectoplasms each time you do it. And this will give you good gold, right? Around 1 silver per one of these purchases. The problem is if you go into this and you pick any of the other ones that level, for example, Calico State, that is also a dungeon that you will do a level 80 on Explorer mode, you'll buy the same thing for the same amount of Tales of Dungeon Delving, but level 45. This will make it so you will not get your gloves of ectoplasm. This is what I did. I fucked it up because I didn't know that there was a difference, and I lost all the gold that I actually was supposed to make. So it sucked. Now, I work around it when I did actually this profit. So this I just made people send me the amount of ectoplasms that I would have gotten if I actually salvaged it correctly. But of course, I lost my gold regardless because I have to pay them back. So at the end of the day, this is indeed the amount of gold that you're gonna get, around 60 gold per hour by doing this whole event. But that does not mean that you can't fuck it up like me. So definitely pay attention before you buy it, and buy the one that is level 80. Otherwise you'll have a bad time just like me. But yeah, there you go. Now, that is about it. That is the things that you can get. I would personally recommend you to just keep the currencies. You never know when you're gonna get it, when you're gonna need it. You never know when you're gonna need to make a legendary, a generation 1. You never know when you're gonna maybe want a skin from those dungeons. So just keep it on, and don't waste it on what is like 20 gold or whatever. Not really worth it. Just do the event for the currency one time, and if you like dungeons, hey, awesome, you can keep doing them for actual gold, as they are actually pretty good gold. And of course, if you don't do them. Don't do them anymore. If you don't know if you like them or not, this is a good time to try it out. I'll tell you which ones I took from each of the dungeons, so you can actually choose the fastest ones. So first, let's talk about Ascalon Catacombs. For this one, I just did Path 1, Path 2 and 3 are kinda boring, but I think it's Path 2, the one with the ghost. It's pretty hard, and it's kinda long, so I'll just do Path 1, nothing else. You can do the other ones if you want, but that's gonna be for every one of the ones that we're talking about before. Codex Manor, we just did Path 1. I'm pretty sure most of them are pretty fast. I think the only one that is kinda slow is the one with the hallway, where there's like a big shotgun like attacking you, and you have to like go with like, I don't know what it was, like certain like mines or something. But I would just do Path 1, honestly. You can do another one. They're pretty fast, all of them. They're just maybe a bit too hard to do sometimes. But honestly, as Path 1 is super easy, Path 2 and 3, they can still be done, of course. They're pretty fast as well, but they are a bit more difficult to do. With Arbor, don't do the Etherblade path. I did that one. It took forever, and it does give you good gold, but it's kind of difficult. It's not the most. It's the dungeon from back in 2012, right? It's it's very non-updated. I think it happened in Limbo Season 1, so I may be a bit later after 2012. But the point is that it's very old. It didn't age well, in my opinion at least. The other two are super fast though. Definitely can do those two. Super easy. Dungeon, Sorrow's Embrace, 1 and 2, very good, very fast. 3, not so much, but still you can do it. 1 and 2 though, super easy. I actually, whenever we did these two, Path 1 and Path 2, it was so fast that I was around 35 gold per hour by just doing this 2. Then that's even without considering the achievement that you get when you do 8 of these dungeons, you get 5 gold. So I didn't even get that, and I was already at 35 gold per hour. Super, super good. Citadel of Flame, I think that one is also like, I think it was Path 1 and 3 that was pretty fast, and 2 not so much. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And it was not bad at all. It was pretty fast. It was pretty happy. It was pretty easy, pretty fun, and yeah, definitely recommend those. Dungeon Delver, Honor of the Waves. Honor of the Waves, the water one. I would definitely say that number 1 and 2 are the best ones. Number 3 takes a long time. Number 2 though is the one that makes you on the water. I'm pretty sure 3 also has on the water section, so definitely consider that. If you don't like underwater combat, do not do the number 2. Number 1 doesn't have any underwater combat and is super fast though, so number 1 100% recommended. 2 and 3, 2 maybe, and 3 maybe not so much, only if you really need it. And Crucible of Eternity, all of them are fast. I think 2 and 3 are a bit faster than number 1, but they're all super fast. They have a lot of bosses, they have a lot of loot, so yeah, I think those ones you can pick whichever you want. So depending on what you need, I would recommend you, if you were really just speedrunning these ones, I probably would just focus on Sorrow's Embrace, probably Twilight Arbor, Catacus Manor, and Crucible of Eternity. Oh, and Honor of the Waves. And I would probably skip Citadel of Flame and Ascalon Catacombs, and of course, Ruined City of Aram. I'm pretty sure that's the ones that people speedrun anyways. I know that some people actually speedrun Citadel of Flame and Ascalon Catacombs because they can merge paths together and get all of them done in one go. But of course, we don't know how to do that. And if you do know how to do it, you can definitely search ways, like search the ways of doing this. But if you're not gonna, if it's too complicated and you just want to blast, I would probably recommend, as I said before, Sorrow's Embrace, Crucible of Eternity, Honor of the Waves, Twilight Arbor, and then maybe Catacus Manor. As long as you get, as I said, 10 of them, you'll get the achievement. And of course, you can also just focus on getting your Dungeoneer, Dungeon Frequenter achievement, and just do 8 of the fastest ones or the ones that you really like, to get your 5 gold each time, and then just do this twice over and get the achievement, and then forget about it. Whichever way is fine, it just depends on what you like. And as I said before, they're pretty profitable if you do them fast, so I would not, definitely good, it's definitely good content. So, there you go, that is the video. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this, tell me what you guys think about this event, and see you guys around. Love you all, bye bye.